There's a lot you don't know about Miranda's situation right now. I think your family is withholding a lot of information. Send. Miranda was involved in a hit and run. She almost died, and when she woke up, she had amnesia. Send. He's the father of your daughter. I can't tell you what to feel about him, but I wish you wouldn't hate him or...
I don't hate him. I just don't remember him because of my amnesia. And the only feeling that I feel towards this man, who feels like a stranger to me, it's that he abandoned me, so I had some sort of resentment there, I guess. He abandoned not only me, but his daughter.
I know, but when it comes to him, you haven't tried to jog your memory, and I think that you and him did have some good times.
I did have like one flashback of him, but it didn't trigger any other memories, and it gave me kind of an uneasy feeling. So I don't know what to make of it all.
I just wish you would give it a shot, only because whenever he's done with his military duties, or whenever he can be around for Charlotte, he will most likely come back into your life. And then, what are you going to feel when you see him?
Right now, I'm really happy, and I have no desire to have him in my life. And the more that time passes, and he's not in his daughter's life, I am looking more into what family court would consider abandonment.
I mean, how can you prove abandonment in a court of law? Really, I thought everything just boils down to another custody battle, no?
Yeah, of course. Any type of custody being fought for has to be fought for, and you have to go before a judge, but it would be easier for me, I would say, because the court would deem him someone who abandoned his kids. I looked into it. You have to prove intention to abandon. The parent must have intentionally abandoned their kid, meaning they voluntarily gave up their parental response. He pretty much did that when he left us without any explanation. And obviously, as time goes on, that case grows bigger. A lack of support. I've gotten no money from him, no calls, no anything, and no contact, which I guess, goes hand in hand with the lack of support. You bring all that before a judge, and his case to be in Charlotte's life is severely diminished.
Well, based on our brief text messaging, it doesn't seem like he's going to be coming back into your life anytime soon, but it could always happen. And I just want you to be prepared.
Wait, you guys spoke? His son comes home from prison tomorrow. You throwing him a party or anything? No, he only did 2 weeks. And we're not going to celebrate him coming out of prison. That's not an accomplishment. 2 weeks, it's still something with how dangerous that prison was. I didn't think he was going to make it. You didn't think? Or you wished he didn't make it? As much as I hate your son, I wouldn't wish him death. It's good that he got his ass kicked. Got a little bit of a lesson put into him. Maybe he'll come out a little bit more humble. Well, no matter how I feel about my children, I don't want anyone laying hands on them. It wasn't a nice thing to go through, having to know that my son was in prison for 2 weeks. He's still my son, though. Just saying, he could use a little humility. It will be interesting to see if he ever fights your daughter-in-law's other baby daddy. He got his ass kicked by him last time, but now that he knows how to box, now that he's been in prison, maybe I'll actually kick the guy's ass. How about we just don't root for fighting to happen? I don't really like fighting, especially when it involves my kids. It's funny how you don't like fighting, and yet that's all this family does. I'm just on the fence about getting child support out of him, Everyone tells me that he's obligated to pay it, he abandoned us. But at the same time, I don't need the money. It's hard enough with 2 children, and I'm not complaining, I love my kids, but 2 children, I work full time. Do I really want to be going to court and doing all that? No one thinks about the legwork that it takes. I know it's a day or 2, but you're missing work, and And then it's like, once you do one thing, you know, once you get the child support, then everyone's gonna say you need to get full custody, and I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not being lazy. It's just, do I need to do all that right now? You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut. Miranda, I know you and I are keeping our business to ourselves, and you no longer want to tell me things, but as your mother, I don't want to go the rest of our lives without you being able to talk to me about stuff. It's hard to tell you things when you tell everyone in the family. Just tired of the gossiping, and it's been working for me. I keep things to myself. Okay, I think that the one thing I have not done is assure you that I won't gossip. And maybe that is something I need to work on. Okay. It's gonna take me some time to want to, like, tell you things, though. It's very hard for me. I try to keep things positive, and gossiping is a form of negativity. I don't like it. I just hope that you understand that I gossip to people because sometimes, as your mother, I feel helpless with the decisions that you make. A lot of the stuff that happened with Joey after you got out of the hospital, and please don't get upset with me saying this, but it was stupid. You were acting very stupid with him, and you just weren't listening to me. So of course I'm gonna vent to people. I think you mistake stupid for happy. You know, I'm finally like laughing and smiling and enjoying my life, doing everything that I'm supposed to do, doing well at work, and you think I'm stupid and ditzy for that. I don't see what, like, the Joey that has been around for the last couple weeks, I didn't see a single problem with him, and we're not going down this road again. We both never agree. No, but really, since I got out of the hospital, what did Joey do wrong? What were the things that made you so micromanagey with him? I can't keep saying it. There's just things that were unforgivable that he did. And to see you being happy was hard for me. Who said they're unforgivable, though? What do you mean? Because you keep throwing around that Joey always did these unforgivable things. And yes, I saw things when I watched the show and stuff, but like, who's saying the unforgivable stuff? Who's saying that word? You did. Before you had amnesia, you were the one that said things were unforgivable and that you would never go back to him, and that's why you got a divorce. That's why you accepted him relinquishing his custody and paying you child support. Do you think that you would have let him do all that stuff and gotten a divorce from him if you weren't thinking that? Okay, but I get hit by a car and I'm in a coma, and then I wake up with a new lease on life after having a near-death experience. And yes, I have amnesia, but there's my ex-husband in the room, and he's there comforting me, and he's there like making me happy. And then we go home and everything is good. Everything is good. And I'm laughing and I'm smiling, and you think I'm stupid for all of that. Miranda, sweetie, I think you're taking the stupid thing a little sensitive. I didn't mean it. No, because I make a risky adult decision, and I try things out, and I try to better my life in a way that makes me comfortable, and you call me stupid for it. So yeah, it offends me that, you know, I'm sorry that I gave someone a second chance and it worked for a bit, and then I have to listen to you and cut them off again. But I think I'm gonna need some time before I start telling you things again, really. I think I need to be more comfortable with it first. Well, what's it gonna take for you to be comfortable with telling me things again? Because I would like to know who you were talking to on the phone about getting child support out of Brian, and I'd love to know if that's what you're going to court for. I wanna feed my kids, and I wanna get Junior ready for school tomorrow. And that's what I wanna do tonight. Can we just finish what we were talking about? No, I wanna be a mother. I don't wanna sit here and argue when Junior's sitting in front of a TV. I wanna go be a mother to them instead of talking about this stuff. Miranda, Joey gets out of jail tomorrow, and I don't want. There it is again. You don't want. You don't want. You're telling me what you want again. And last couple weeks, this man was not disrespectful to you or anything, and you're bringing him up when I didn't bring him up. When you come into this family and you are rude to me, beyond rude to me, you don't know how he spoke to me in the hospital. It's very hard for me to have sympathy. Do you hear yourself? You're talking like my mother-in-law when you enter this family. Like, Mom, stop. She's just very stubborn, and I just want 1 year where her life is drama-free, where she doesn't have any baby daddies, no ex-husbands, she's taking care of her kids, doing good at work, and why can't I just have a year like that?
Well, every interaction that I had with her was pleasant, and I really didn't get the frazzled, stubborn vibe from her.
Well, to the rest of the world, it looks like her life is together, but at home, it's just, she makes such questionable decisions sometimes, and I don't think it's the amnesia anymore.
I know it doesn't matter, but have you told her that we're dating?
No, I haven't told her yet. We've kind of been on this thing where we're not telling each other our personal lives because she doesn't want me gossiping and stuff.
Well, all I'll say is, you have a really great daughter, you have a really great family, even her in-laws. I think her name's Gabby. I was in her art gallery and she seems sweet too.
You met Gabby, her former sister-in-law?
Yeah, I was in her art gallery with a friend and I bumped into her. She must have recognized me and struck up a conversation. She's very sweet. I can see why she's friends with your daughter.
I see. Okay, well, that's nice. Meeting a lot of the people. I'm gonna break my not telling you my business rule for just one thing, and I need no judgment from you whatsoever. Yeah, of course. I'm not really the one that's judgmental, but go ahead. As you know, me and your nanny's son had gotten along very well. We kind of hit it off. And I am dating him now. Oh. I mean, that definitely wasn't something I was going to guess. Remember, I said no judgment. Not that there should be any judgment. We're both consenting adults. I don't need an opinion out of you. There's no judgment, but I mean, there is a big age difference there. I like how you give me unwarranted advice as my daughter, yet I'm not allowed to give you any advice. And then when you give me advice, it has parameters. You told me to get out there and start dating, so now I am. But of course, the age thing is going to be an issue, right? I just wanted you to date. It doesn't matter. Maybe we should drop the age thing. Alright, well, anyway, I bring it up because he met Gabby. I know your mother-in-law doesn't know this detail, but I remember you telling me. She tends to date a lot, right? Like, she doesn't do relationships, but she seems to be with a lot of different men. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a lot, but yeah, she dates, and has fun. So, she's around his age, and they both had a lovely discussion. I would just like it if you were to tell her that he's dating someone. Wait, are you dating a 27-year-old and you're acting like the jealous one? Are you really jealous of Gabby talking to him? I'm not jealous. I just think she's a very pretty girl. She obviously is good with men, minus the whole pregnancy thing. Never mind. I just don't want her to pursue him. That's all. I don't want her to get the wrong. I want her to know that he's taken. Okay, well, I will let her know. I will pass on the message. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know it's a weird thing to ask. So, are there going to be like sleepovers? That's enough. We are not doing that stuff yet. I've yet to tell him that never mind. We don't talk about that stuff.
I'm sorry about how I acted the other day. I have a temper and I didn't mean to take it out on you.
It's alright. Sisters fight. It is what it is. Don't worry about it.
So is Mom like really dating that 27-year-old?
I'm not really a big gossip person. You would have to ask her. We're kind of not in each other's business at the moment.
No, but that's crazy. She better be honest with him because she has herpes, right?
What? Was I supposed to know that?
That's how she's still getting the alimony out of Dad. 'Cause back in the day when he cheated on her, he gave that to her too.
I'm sorry, why did she tell you this and not me?